That's me, Dick Strawbridge, my darling wife Angel, and our two beautiful children. Nearly 3 years ago, we upped sticks for a whole new life in France and bought this magnificent chateau. We've been doing it up ever since.
Oh, baby, you're so strong.
Turns out we're not the only ones.
Oh, yeah.
Oops.
Dozens of Brits are taking the plunge to rescue these stunning buildings.
What amazing colours.
We need to get on top of it, get on top of the goats.
In this series, we'll reveal more on how we're running our chateau as a business.
Oh, back on dry land.
I'm still finding things that I haven't seen.
And we'll help these daring families run theirs.
Here's to the meeting of two like-minded couples.
Cheers.
Cheers.
As they face the highs
I'm absolutely terrified.
and lows
It's extremely expensive. It's financial suicide.
of running these gorgeous buildings as everything from B&Bs to beautiful wedding venues.
Owning a chateau isn't glamorous. Anyone who thinks it is delusional.
Today, the stress of prepping a chateau for an opening party takes its toll.
He lost 4 kilos in the last 2 weeks. 4 kilos, it's quite a lot.
But come the big night, it looks like it might bring in some business.
Your wedding,
My wedding, that's right. I might have to talk to Martin about that.
At one chateau, a mother disagrees with her daughter's plan to bring in some much-needed cash.
I would never have done a party like this, personally. Absolutely not.
It's great having my mother here, but stress levels have risen because she's never happy with what I'm doing.
One man's caravan renovation plans take a backward step.
A little bit of wood to be cut out and sort of put in again, but... Oops, and the floor. The floor needs replacing as well.
And a bride suffers prenuptial jitters before her chateau wedding.
Oh gosh, I'm sitting down. Not that I'm panicked or anything now. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah.
This is the 18th century Chateau de Humières, and it's being renovated by British designer Nicole and her Belgian boyfriend Stefan.
How many rooms will it have?
no idea. I don't think I've ever counted.
No, we were always focused on renovating them, huh?
Plus, you have a short-term memory problem.
It's because I never sleep, huh?
Located in the Picardy region of northern France, they've been working on it for 3 years after a chance encounter in a hotel.
I was sitting in the lobby reading a magazine.
I was like, ooh, there's a picture of my house.
All of a sudden, I got tapped on the shoulders. I looked up, and Nicole was standing there. I said, do I know you? She answered, you should, because you're looking at my house.
I'd spent several years restoring a property in the south of France. It was photographed in this magazine. So I just thought I'll give him a tap on the shoulder.
And then we ended up as a couple over here renovating a castle.
They're now converting it to an upmarket B&B.
It needs to be generating money. It needs to be self-financing.
They were also planning to open a tea room to start earning some money. But after Nicole went to see my wife Angel for some advice,
I want to be a destination place and bring 20 grand in a month.
she returned with some news for Stefan.
The main things that I learned is basically the bottom line is if we just do a tea room, it's not a good idea.
So Nicole came up with a plan.
Now we're going to be concentrating on getting the rental spaces decorated and ready.
She wants to focus on getting a B&B guest room within the chateau finished. And as for the hall,
Maybe as a breakfast room?
Exactly. It could be perfect as a breakfast space and then in...
Also for other types of events? Or
Exactly.
how do you see it? Yeah.
Use the room for other events. It could be courses, it could be conferences. Every other week we plan a course. Who knows? We have to think about that.
People can book it, people can then use the space.
so now they're rushing to get the hall
There's been some plumbing issues. There are holes in the floor.
and guest room
Putting up wallpaper, it's taken ages.
ready for the summer.
Getting the electric cables into the walls to put the lighting, connecting all the electricity. We're clearly not ready, you know, we're just not.
But with their target deadline fast approaching, their new plans have been thrown into chaos, with their application for a vital loan from the bank rejected.
It was a complete blow, which has affected how the work has been able to progress. Had the mortgage come through, we'd have been able to have some more people on board, working faster, getting things done. You can imagine what a hole such a place creates in your pocket. So it's really put a lot of pressure on.
With no money to pay for extra workers, Nicole and Stefan have had to work even harder to try and get the hall and guest room finished.
This is the room we're going to be renting out so that we can have a little bit of extra income coming in. Clearly, we're not ready now. We've got some painting to do, we've got curtains to put up. There's a load to do, but we'll have it done. We have to.
And they're making life even more difficult by throwing a party tomorrow for friends and family to kick off their new plans for the hall.
This is a bit of a practice run, really. See what kind of atmosphere we can create, see how many people we can get to fill the space.
It all looks rather stressful.
4 kilos I lost already, so much.
Yeah, he lost 4 kilos in the last 2 weeks. 4 kilos, it's quite a lot. I mean, it's adding a bit of stress because we've had to organise things in time, but it's worth it, I hope.
With cash short, quick fixes and easy patches are the order of the day.
We have this blank spot in between with a big difference of height. So we're just filling this up with concrete, we're leveling it out, and that we have a temporary floor for when the people come up. Otherwise, they might fall down.
Job done, but Stefan's looking exhausted.
Last night we get 3 hours of sleep, and now it's just getting through the day. Each one you see, you just have to sort it out, get it done, trying to survive until tomorrow evening, I think.
But with just a day to go before the party, there's still a mountain of work to do. This is the 16th century Chateau de Lalande, home to Stephanie Jarvis.
I always knew that I wanted to buy a chateau. I think probably from the moment I was reading fairy tales as a child, it was really clear that's what I wanted to do.
Located in central rural France, she and her friend Nick bought this place together after pooling all their resources.
I had a 2-bedroom flat in London. He also had a 2-bedroom flat in London. He said it would be way more fun if we sold both our flats and got maybe a 4-bed terraced house in Arsenal with a garden. And I was saying to him one night, it's so depressing, the things I'm seeing that we can afford with everything we've got pulled together, and I know that for the same price we could buy a chateau in France. So I started looking, we sold our flats and bought here.
The chateau cost her about £600,000. Not a bad price for a 500-year-old 17-bedroom palace with 60 acres of land, a lake and a private chapel. But it needed a lot of work.
We redid all of the electrics, all of the plumbing, had to put in septic tanks. Obviously, all of the asbestos had to go. We insulated every outside wall downstairs. So big works. The renovations were very expensive, but then the maintenance costs start to hit, and that I hadn't really thought about that much.
With bills to pay, Stephanie's come up with 2 ways the chateau could generate some cash.
The chateau generates money mainly through chambre d'hôte, B&Bs. The chambre d'hôte is working more and more every year, but by far most of the business comes through workshops. We have maybe 6 a year.
The workshops are for groups of musicians who stay for a whole week. She also has a long-term plan.
I want to make 2 new apartments over the garages, and I'd like to rent them as gîtes.
And to pay for this, she's launching a new event.
We want to try and start sort of singles weekends. So that's the next big project for this year.
She plans on hosting singles parties where 20 to 30 single people come to the chateau for a weekend to meet, dine and play games.
It's quite nice to just go away somewhere in the middle of nowhere and meet lots of other people around the same age group who are single and so wanting to meet lots of people as well.
As a trial run, she's invited 30 close friends and family for an Easter weekend dinner party. It's even got a theme.
Tonight is the Under the Sea themed dinner, so I'm mainly doing fish and lots of salads.
But the person she thought was helping with the cooking can't make it.
Well, I can't cook. My mother collects cookery books, so I got every cookery book I could find. I spent the whole night just going through cookery books looking for recipes. It's not so much could things go wrong as what will go wrong.
First job Stephanie takes on is a simple garlic mayonnaise.
I may have broken the whisk.
Yes.
This is much better.
de belle!
Stephanie's mum, Isabel, who's French, has joined her daughter for the weekend.
Mayonnaise.
It's been a bit of a struggle. The first machine was broken. Second machine is working. But we're getting there.
That's the story of our lives. You get here, something is broken.
Always. She's much more organised than I am. I think she finds the party quite stressful because she just sees the work that needs doing.
I would never have done a party like this. Personally, absolutely not.
Mummy doesn't understand how she had a daughter like this.
No, I think there has been a big mistake at birth.
The switch.
A switch.
I don't really understand why I am attempting to make mayonnaise when there's so much to do.
Luckily, some of Steph's friends have arrived early and helped make a start on the decoration for the undersea theme.
So we've got a lot of fabric, but I'm not too sure how we're going to listen to waves.
Just tent it. Tent it so that it's like hanging in waves like this.
Okay.
Her friend Michael doesn't seem convinced by the underwater theme.
So I think this is going to be a lot bigger than I thought it would. And I'm not sure it's going to feel like we're under the sea.
Oh, ye of little faith. Back in the kitchen, Stephanie has more pressing concerns.
Mummy has arrived not so much to save the day with the mayonnaise as to criticise the mayonnaise and tell me what the mayonnaise...
Constructive.
Oh, constructive.
Yes, so that
criticism.
you can make it perfect.
I think it just needs salt. I'm stepping away from the mayonnaise now.
Thank
I've just got to let it go.
That small bowl of mayo took over an hour to make.
I'm a bit concerned that my timing's been a little off. This is the sort of thing my mother talks about with like me not being very organised but quite enthusiastic. But the mayonnaise is done. That's what matters.
Good for you, Stephanie. But there's still tons to do to be ready for tonight's party, which is scheduled to start in 2 hours, by the way.
I still have to make my costume and do my hair and make the pasta and the canapes and the salads. There's still a lot to do.
Chateau de Lys. This mid-19th century, austere yet beautiful building was once a boys' school. It's now run as a B&B by Brit Tim and his wife Marguerite. But they're not bringing in enough income.
Our biggest problem is we have undercapacity during the summer, so we have to sort that out, because if we can get that together, then life becomes a lot easier.
So they've got big plans. Located just an hour's drive from Calais, in the picturesque Picardy region, they think they're perfectly positioned to develop a luxury caravan park and lease their gîtes in a co-ownership scheme.
So we turned it really from a sort of big empty barn, which was lovely, into something which you can live in. I love it.
But all sales on the gîtes have been on hold for the last 6 months, while Tim's battled a colony of bees in one of their chimneys. After multiple attempts to get rid of them, today he's hoping they're gone for good.
Let's go and check. Ah, shit! Ooh, ah, that's just... Well, I think the bees are gone. Brilliant. Jeep's safe, and people won't get stung on their bum. We have won the battle of the bees, and they've all gone, so we can get on and we can sell the Jeep.
Their other project, the Caravan Park, is still in its early stages. They've got the first caravan in position, but it's a sad old thing in need of TLC. Tim's replacing the outer wooden panelling to make it weatherproof.
This is all second-hand wood from Holland, and it's interesting. In Holland, this stuff, they just recycle it. You go to a breaker's yard, pick some up, and it's normally cheaper than buying new wood. I can't find anything like this in France that I can use, so all the wood, which is quite a lot, I've got enough here to do the whole of this side, has cost me about, I think, about 200 euros. You just sort of, you know, buy it, bring it down, paint it, so it's got a nice weatherproof outside coat. And I quite like it. I mean, I quite like the fact that it's all different, you know. It's all old. It also means it's seasoned, so it means it won't warp.
Yep, new or untreated wood will contain moisture. Then when it dries out, it can twist, bow or curl. Tim just needs to make sure he regularly waterproofs his wood.
Some bits are easier than others. This one bows in the middle, which is a shame.
Tim and Marguerite have got their first guests arriving to stay in a month's time.
This is looking good. I'm quite happy with this. But I'm almost at the stage now where I can go inside this and we can sleep in it.
Almost.
The fire is in position, looking good. We'll be able to light that soon. It's just mainly cleaning. It's been idling in the field now for quite a long time, but it's watertight, so there's no real damage anywhere. The electricity's become a bit dated. Halogens are out, LEDs are in, so probably have to change a few bulbs. And now we can get some beds in, maybe get a little cooker, have a little kitchen.
Sounds like a fair bit of work to me.
There's a couple of rotten bits there, but that's not disastrous. A little bit of wood to be cut out and sort of put in again, but... Oops, and the floor. The floor needs replacing as well.
Better add that to the to-do list. A 9-hour drive south of Tim's is another chateau, Chateau de Bramatort. This 1,000-year-old fort is home to Alison Ward and Paul Hunter.
When you buy a chateau, you think most of your cost is done when you buy it. But in reality, the costs are what happens year after year after year as you start renovating and trying to convert it into a business.
Based in the Languedoc region of France, they want to make a living running it as a wedding venue, so they can give up their jobs as HR and IT consultants.
It's been 10 years of graft, 10 years of having to travel and work in different parts of the world and come back here and do the renovations, turning it into an incredible environment for people to have their weddings.
They've now finished the wedding terrace, and tomorrow it'll be used for its very first wedding.
Paul and I love turning the place into something beautiful with wow factor that our clients can really enjoy.
Today, the bride and groom have arrived.
Wow.
Can't believe we're here.
James and Hannah have invited over 30 family and friends to their wedding. With Paul away working, Alison is holding the fort.
Hello.
Hiya.
Hi.
This is Champers, isn't it? Hi, Champers. Hello.
Before they're shown up to their suite, Alison wants the soon-to-be-married couple to take part in an ancient custom.
If I can just explain to you a tradition, which is to say the Lord's Prayer.
Okay.
We've got this sign of the Knights of the Templar in front of the front door, and that actually makes sure that you have a future happy marriage, and it also blesses the house at the same time.
Okay.
Is that all
Lovely.
right?
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, lovely.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Amen.
I'll follow your lead.
Our Father,
Who art in heaven,
hallowed be thy name.
thy kingdom come,
Thy will be done.
on earth as it is in heaven.
Amen.
And enter the house.
James and Hannah last visited Chateau de Bramatort 18 months ago, when the bridal suite was still being renovated.
Here we are, through the old courtyard door, into the new suite of angels.
Can't believe how different
Wow,
it
that's
is.
amazing.
I love all the furnishings as well. Lovely.
Wow.
You've got the balcony out there.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, fabulous.
Oh, that's spectacular. Wow.
The views are absolutely stunning.
That is lovely.
So when we came here before, this balcony wasn't here at all. So it's literally just a hole here. I'm really, really pleased. I'm so excited to stay here now.
Over the next few hours, the rest of the guests arrive.
Have you got both bags?
Yep.
But unfortunately, it seems some of them have brought some typical British weather along with them.
Part of the reason why we chose the south of France was because of the weather. You can never really guarantee the weather in the UK. Just hoping that the sun comes out for us tomorrow.
With the storm forecast to last through tomorrow, the big day, it looks like all Paul and Alison's hard work developing the wedding terrace may have been wasted for this particular wedding. Just under 500 miles north, at Chateau de Humières, it's all hands on deck.
It's really fun, actually, when everyone's just mucking in and we're all working together to get it done.
Nicole, Stefan, and their small team of volunteers are racing to get the Chateau's main hall ready for the upcoming party tomorrow, and its new guest room open for business.
It doesn't feel like the end is almost in sight. There's still loads to do. And I think as people get kind of more knackered, then sort of hysteria sets in, and then you just get the giggles for nothing, which is great. This looks much better, or moved on, much closer to finishing touches, which is the bit that I really enjoy.
Ever-resourceful Stefan has a plan to add a striking new feature to the hall. He's acquired a beautiful ceiling rose.
This is the bit that came from another chateau, the chateau not far away from here, which regretfully was torn down for some reason, and I think it will go very nicely in the entrance hall. This is the fun part. This is the preparation of the glue to put the molding on the ceiling. And it's actually cement. It sets in about 5 minutes.
You can't hang around with this stuff. Stefan will need to get it up and in position on the ceiling quickly.
And it's like concrete when it's set. It's sort of making like a dough, sort of cooking. Putting some on the sides so that it will attach to the ceiling without falling down on us. If you hold it, I will screw it. Yeah? You like it?
I think it's brilliant.
I know how to fix it. Okay, let me think. With a piece of wood. Make sure it has a time to settle. My only concern, actually, the cement is actually already hard.
Stefan leaves it in position for 5 minutes.
Seems to stay up.
And then starts to undo the plank, holding it up against the ceiling.
Well, what if it doesn't stick?
Never lucky.
At Château de la Londe, preparations are underway for tonight's Easter party. Owner Stephanie has plans to hold singles parties to bring in more money. So tonight is a test run with 30 close friends and family.
Half the guests are here, the other half are about to arrive. The rooms are ready-ish.
While she struggles with dinner, her friends help decorate for the party's underwater theme.
I'm hammering the nails into the beams so we can put strings back and forth from which we're going to drape these pieces of material.
Those are hand-carved beams from about 1490.
So let's not destroy them in one go, then.
Yeah.
One nail per beam.
One nail per beam would be good.
In the kitchen, Stephanie not only has lots more food to prepare...
I have to make another mousse, and I have to make a pasta bake. There's a lot to do still.
She needs to get ready for the party herself.
I'm still a little bit concerned about the fact that I still don't have a costume.
And with less than an hour until the party is due to start, with the decorations and cocktails nearly ready...
I need another bottle of the blue Caravan, I believe.
In the kitchen, tensions are rising.
Stephanie, I think you complicate your life. A radish is a radish. You serve the bloomin' radish.
Sorry.
Cucumber is cucumber. Serve the cucumber.
This is why my mother doesn't do the cooking. You would get a radish, a cucumber, anything else on someone's plate? A potato. A radish, a cucumber, a potato.
I believe in healthy cooking.
It's great having my mother here, but stress levels have risen because she's never happy with what I'm doing until it's done. Like afterwards, she's like, "Oh, you did so well. That was really great." But every step of the way up until it's done, there's a bit of micromanagement going on.
Let's face it, without my presence, there would be chaos. There will be 20 of them in here.
It's 9 p.m. and the chateau is full of hungry guests. But at last the food's ready, if an hour late.
Okay, everyone! It's time to come and eat. Bring your plates.
And it looks great.
It's been a hell of a lot of work, and I didn't know that we'd get it all done, especially when we spent an hour on the mayonnaise this morning.
Finally, Stephanie can enjoy herself for a bit.
Now I get to relax because I finished cooking, and Kim's cooking tomorrow.
The good news is one of Stephanie's friends has volunteered to cook breakfast tomorrow. The bad news, she's still got lots of other things to arrange.
I'm going to sleep when I finally get to bed. I'm not sure when that's going to be. Tomorrow morning, we have to be up.
Let's hope she's ready for action then. About 320 miles north, Back in Picardy, Tim and Marguerite's first Caravan guests arrive in 4 weeks' time. The interior still needs renovating, plus the new hole in the floor. But Tim's turning his attention to the fire pit outside.
I'm sort of envisioning it going around like this, making a circle. These are good old rocks, aren't they?
The great thing about old chateaux is there's usually a plethora of handy materials just hanging about.
So I've got a whole pile of stones. I reckon that's probably part of the original paving for the chateau, which is long gone. My little barrow will take 6 of those before it starts breaking. So we're going to go backwards and forwards with 6 at a time. So the only problem with this system is that there is a considerable distance between the stones and the fire pit.
Hey, we need a lot more stones, I think.
We need a lot more stones, don't we?
So,
well,
good luck.
Thank you. I think 2 more after this, don't we think?
Perfect.
As Marguerite lays them into the circle, Tim carries on with the donkey work.
It's really coming together.
Oh, it's great. Do we need a full circle? We are nearly there, aren't we?
Yeah, it looks so good.
Yeah, it does look good, doesn't it? It looks much better than I thought it was going to look.
Me too.
Well done, looks great. That's it.
Marguerite's off to make a well-deserved cuppa as Tim tests out his handiwork with the help of son Joe.
What do you reckon? Oh, I've got chocolate. Hey.
Have you helped?
Have you helped? Have you?
So, this is working really well.
It's lovely, isn't it?
It's really nice.
And cheers.
Yes. To the fire pit.
Fire pit.
Well done. How far do you think before the caravan's finished?
What year is 2017? Isn't it?
Okay.
No, I don't know. I mean, I think if I get a run at it, I think I can do it in 2 or 3 days.
Tim's confident he'll be ready for the first guests in 4 weeks. Before then, I want to help them out, so I've invited them to our place for a business chat.
This will be fun.
Yeah. Looking forward to this.
Me too, yeah.
Who knows, maybe Angel and I can offer them some helpful advice.
He seems to know what he's doing.
I'm obviously very excited about meeting Angel.
Over 550 miles south, at the opposite end of the country, it's the day before the first wedding of the season at Chateau de Bramatort. It's August, but you wouldn't think so.
We should get the fire going, shouldn't we?
All the hard work carried out developing the new terrace by the pool for wedding receptions could have been to no avail.
On the day, you can't plan for everything. We've just got to find the best solution and use the chateau and its grounds to its best ability.
It's the morning of the wedding, and the storm appears to have passed. Bride Hannah is relieved.
There was a bit of thunder and lightning last night, torrential rain, so the panic was really starting to set in. Obviously last-minute nerves and things, but hopefully we won't see any more of it today.
The storm has delayed the preparations.
A bit further back.
With the wedding just 5 hours away, everyone's got a job.
We've got 100 flags.
Yeah. We can always cut it and take it.
Yeah, OK.
I'll put our lunchy bits in there now.
OK.
We've got all the sparkling, well, not all the sparkling, majority of the sparkling in there.
OK.
That's the milk for the teas.
OK, yes. Right. I'm getting there. Yes.
But an hour before Hannah walks down the aisle, the weather worsens.
We've had such unusual weather conditions. Last night there was a tempest, and now the wind seems to be getting up. So we're just trying to work out what's the best place to be serving the drinks and the canopies to make sure they're not going to be blowing away.
Poor Hannah. Is her dream wedding going to be a washout? At Chateau de Humières, Stefan is about to find out if he successfully stuck a rose to his ceiling, or if he's about to be hit in the face with 10 pounds of falling plaster. Phew.
It's really nice.
The next day, the day of the party, after just a few hours sleep, Stefan's now got to find out if the ceiling can withstand the weight of a heavy chandelier.
So we bring it up, you go up the scaffolding, I'll give it to you, then we put it on the ceiling, and then the ceiling falls down, okay? Okay. We have to somehow attach these things, then we can pull this up.
The chandelier means a lot to Stefan.
It's a pretty old chandelier. It came out of the house of my grandfather. This is all the potential to go dramatically wrong. Pulling too much, the entire thing will come down. It's a cool working blind. One cable in. Yeah. Now we take it up. I'll take your side, yeah. Don't push it so hard. Okay.
He needs to attach it to a hole in one of the wooden beams in the ceiling. An easy job if you could see what he was doing.
Need to turn it. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we're done. Oh. This is super safe. I can pull it off.
I think it's brilliant.
Well done, Stefan. Along with Nicole, they spent the rest of the day getting the place ready.
Let's leave it there for now. I think it might be all right.
But with 2 hours until the guests arrive, Stefan notices his ancient digger is spoiling the view. He wants to move it, but Nicole is concerned for his safety.
Stefan's been working day and night. I'm slightly worried about him, actually, because he's been working so hard.
He's exhausted and injured himself last night.
As you can see, I fell over. I was getting some stuff out of the stables, and I just completely fell on the tractor. Luckily, I still have all my teeth, but my chin is bruised.
I wouldn't advise operating heavy machinery when you're as tired as Stefan, people.
Now the resting place of the digger is like between the old stuff. It really helped us out, actually, because without it, I don't think we could have managed so far. So it was very practical.
Luckily, Stefan parks it without doing himself or anyone else any injury.
Part of Chateau life, I think.
Tweak the curtain a little bit.
Back in the chateau, the guest bedroom is ready for business.
Considering the constraints that we've had, I think it looks really nice. Hopefully everyone else will too. It's great to have a room that people can rent at last. The colours here are kind of subdued and relaxing. And I didn't want to subtract from the view, so hopefully they work with each other.
Renting out the bedroom will start bringing in much-needed income.
Feels great, just that we're not ready yet.
But with 30 guests arriving in less than an hour, there's no time to hang about.
And we need to put this sofa out. If you can, upstairs. I need to get my bread there. Hopefully nobody wants anything soft to drink, because there isn't anything. What should we do with the piano?
Just a bit out.
Move it into that room. People know that it's not about it being finished. And if there's a bit of tarnish left, it doesn't matter to me, that adds character. Hopefully the style of the wallpaper chosen, and it doesn't really need to be finished in a way, so. Obviously the hole in the floor, we haven't had time. So it's just, you know, it's just there.
Well, the guests will be here soon, Nicole. We'll see what they think when they arrive. It's 11:30 the morning after the Easter party at Chateau de Lalonde, and owner Stephanie is still asleep. There is an important job to do. Luckily, one of her friends, Michael, is on hand.
This is the most important part of the whole weekend. This is the Easter egg hunt. So what we've done is we've come down to the woods before everyone's woken up, and we're going to hide eggs throughout the bluebell field. There we go, he's hiding. That's always the fun bit when a local drives past and sees these crazy foreigners running around their fields dressed as animals. They always wonder what the hell we're up to. These are the last two. We've got to hide them somewhere really good. I think I've got a spot.
Stephanie and the rest of the guests make their way up to the woods to be given their instructions.
The boundary is the edge of the bluebell field to our right, the farmer's fields to the back, and the river to our left.
The river?
The river.
Oh, that's a long way.
Go down to the river.
Okay.
Is that fair distance?
No.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, go!
There's 250 eggs to find. But it looks like the weekend's festivities have taken their toll on Stephanie.
I'm feeling quite fragile this morning, hence the sunglasses, because I went to bed at 5 a.m.
But not everyone's struggling to get motivated.
I've got 5, including a bunny, a little bunny.
Golden bunnies!
Look at many of what?
I've got 5. Oh, that is, can I have that in mind?
Yes.
Because I love that.
Okay, sure.
After 45 minutes hunting, it's all over.
We found all the eggs. That's the big end to Easter morning. We can go and eat now.
Oh gosh, it looks really good.
Fortunately for Stephanie, her friends Kim, Frank and Evo have taken charge of serving up brunch.
Thank you, everybody, for coming for Easter. It's been amazing seeing you all.
It's been a great weekend. Stephanie's decided it's been a good test of her abilities, so is going to attempt it for real, with a singles weekend next month.
I'm really hoping that we can make some money with this because the Chateau's got to find constant new ways to pay for itself. Hopefully, it'll work.
But her mum and friends helped out a lot this weekend. Chances are they won't be around next time. Stephanie's going to have a job on her hands, and I'm looking forward to seeing how she does it. You don't expect bad weather in August in the south of France, but that's exactly what Alison is experiencing in Chateau de Bramatot, 30 minutes before the wedding.
That front area of the chateau is really like a wind tunnel.
It means the planned reception on the newly finished wedding terrace might have to be moved.
We're going to check about 15 minutes before the ceremony how the wind is, and if it's still bad, we're going to make changes in the plan.
But the groom is thinking about other things.
It's been a bit frantic this morning getting everything set up, so once that's all over and done with, we can just have a really good night.
In another room away from prying eyes, bride Hannah is applying the finishing touches.
Any chance you could just, what did you want doing? My necklace, please. James will probably expect me to be a little bit late, so that's fine.
It's not raining, so the wedding can take place in the courtyard.
Gosh, everyone's sitting down. Not that I'm panicked or anything now. Oh my goodness. Oh, yeah.
And as Alison sorts the last few details, the big moment arrives.
Very warm welcome to Chateau Bramatot here in the Trek. It's a very special day for Hannah and James. I give you my heart.
I give you my heart.
My promise.
My promise.
That I will walk with you.
That I will walk with you.
Wherever our journey leads us.
Wherever our journey leads us.
Forever.
Forever.
I'm now pleased to announce that you're husband and wife, and James, you may kiss. Hannah.
Over the moon, how it went, aren't we, really? Just everything we wanted.
The views, the balcony, everything. It's just been really, really nice.
The winds have died down.
And the rain stayed off, so thank goodness for that.
No rain. No rain at all, yeah. We can't complain with that.
Which means the reception on the wedding terrace is on. It's been a great day and it's going to be a great night. Alison is overjoyed it's all gone well.
I'm very pleased and lovely to see the bride, and I think when I was watching it I had a tear, she had a tear, and so did he and the mother of the bride, so we're all having a tear with that. It was very beautiful service.
So the terrace around the pool is a hit and a real bonus for future weddings. Hopefully Alison and Paul can soon realise their dream of giving up their day jobs and living and working here permanently.
Financially, it is difficult, but to see where we've come from to where we are today is very, very fulfilling. We're 95% there, so I hope we can relax and actually be based here to enjoy the environment and making this a special holiday place and a special wedding destination.
Good luck with it, Alison. Nearly 600 miles north, to celebrate their transformation of the grand main hall, Nicole and Stefan have invited 30 of their closest friends to enjoy its unique charms, including this wallpaper. 13 weeks ago, Nicole discovered some old wallpaper.
What amazing colours.
That my wife, Angel, helped her date to the latter half of the 18th century.
Looks like an extremely high-quality printing and well worth conserving.
Nicole has got some tailor-made to match the original, and it now decorates the room adjoining the main hall.
That wallpaper we found in a room upstairs.
Oh.
It's not what you'd expect.
No, it's not. I think it's beautiful. I actually think it looks like a tapestry, actually. I love the way that Stefan and you've been doing it because it's kind of traditional, but it's with a kind of a modern twist, makes it contemporary.
This is the entrance hall.
Okay.
Because this is actually the centre of the chateau. This is going to be the events area.
You've got to make money.
So your wedding.
Yes, like
Yes?
weddings. Yes, my
Your
wedding.
wedding.
My wedding. That's right. You might have to talk to Martin about that.
Martin, I need a word later, all right?
With Nicole already lining up their next booking, there's a surprise treat for the guests. For Nicole and Stefan, the evening's been a triumph.
I think it was a great idea to change it to event space. People love it, and that was the aim of it, like that people would be able to enjoy the place. It's so romantic. It's such a beautiful setting. So charming. Well done.
Thanks so much.
It's a vital first step in their bid to make the chateau self-sufficient.
We're really happy with what we did.
It kind of is, as I imagine. It's quite nice. Quite like it.
Could have given up somewhere along the road, but it brought life back to a bare shell.
And there's a lot that we still need to do. There's a light bulb missing there.
These two have worked incredibly hard. I can't think of anyone better to take this magnificent old chateau onto the next stage of its life. All the best, guys. Next time, when I attempt to salvage the children's trampoline from our moat... Oh, dear. It's anyone's guess if I actually know what I'm doing.
At this stage, I'm not 100% sure what's going to happen, but with a bit of luck, it'll be in the dark, so nobody will know.
With one couple's roof in desperate need of repair...
It's pretty grim. Every time it rains, I have to come out with the buckets.
They hold an event to bring in some much-needed cash.
25 plus 30.
What did you say, 75?
Just write this down.
Easier said than done.
Oops. Trying not to panic now.
Stephanie struggles to face a big day of work.
Stephanie, oh, come on, darling. You must get up.
But soon gets into the swing of it.
It's not every day we have a digger to play with. Right, ready. It's hard to be gentle with a digger.
And after Tim and Marguerite come to ours to talk about their struggling business...
Come on in, come on in. Wow, I can't get over this place. Amazing, man.
They leave with their heads full of ideas.
I can really see this being a sort of turning point, you know?
So inspiring.
We've got so many things we could do